Are the redeems working? Hold up. Did that come through? Did that Popcat come through? Hold on. Let me check. Something's going on here. Wait. Streamlabs is listening. Was it just like ignoring y'all for a second there? Hold on. Check it out. I'm wondering if Streamlabs just doesn't listen in the first few minutes. But it seems to be working now. Y'all know about the new one, right? The exclamation point catch. I'm almost ready, I promise. Mic test. Test mic. We've already done this. I can hear that the mic's working. It's fine. Alright, let's test this if I go on in here. Paint stream is live. I hear the music. Let's move this out the way. Yes. Well, howdy y'all, and welcome back to another Paint Stream Wednesday show here on Country Pride Minis. I'm your host Cameron. This is the Bullshit Corner 2.0, and we're gonna dig in to some painting. Again, on my client's project tonight, we got these all... What the hell was that? Just got attacked by a power cable. We got these all striped up and ink washed, and they're ready for some highlight action, as well as some metallic detailing. We're going to dig into them. I just hit up my client over on Fiverr. It's fiverr.com/Thurston Studios if you want your own. And confirmed what they want for the base rims. We're not going to get to the bases tonight, unfortunately. I think I may do a basing stream on Friday. I had intended originally to do some workflow streaming this week, but we're not going to get to it. I have too much painting to do. And as always, the painting just goes on and on and on and on. Also, want to point out, unfortunately, friend of the channel Dix in the Dark is streaming right now. Evidently, their regular stream conflicts with the Wednesday paint stream. So if you do enjoy Dungeons and Dragons and RPGing and want to see a really skilled group of folks go about it with some irreverence and an interesting setting, make sure to check out Dix in the Dark. That's DIX in the Dark. Check that VOD when you got a little downtime to watch that back. Unfortunately, they do stream at the same time I am, so not able to catch that. Anyhow, welcome Calmstar Knight, welcome Surveillance Wizard, welcome Spencer Good, another Nate. Howdy do. I hope you're all doing fantastically well this evening. And let's go ahead and give some thanks out right here to the newest subscription from Volrat34. Thank you so much for the subby.
Volrat34 subscribe to the channel.
All right, so we're going to dig back in onto these stripy boys. They've come out looking really nice. It's remarkable how much change can come to some base coats with just a little bit of ink washing. I did notice a few spots where we need a little bit more wash, so I'm going to go ahead and examine these
cream of the crop,
and find
and there is no one that does it better.
Our Battle Master needs a few spots. This one needs a little bit there. I missed a few spots while working. Oh my goodness.
Spencer Good donated a $2 super chat. I wasn't here for the start of the fart stream.
Thank you so much for
And
the
a
generous,
double helping of gravy.
generous donation, my guy. We have not started farting this evening. I generally try to not fart on camera, to be honest. Also,
butter my
I
biscuits.
want to point out that you opened a new paradigm last night during the TTRPG Tuesday stream. I don't think it ever crossed my mind that the players could just say "nuh-uh" with the super chat function, and that is really interesting to see that happen. Yeah. Okay, so regarding these models here, I think we do need to hit some with another pass, a light pass of our Agrax Earthshade, so we'll do that again. And we're just going to go over these and find a few spots. Let me full screen this to see if it's like half-ass in focus and y'all can kind of see what's going on here. It is not focused at all. Holy moly. That's... oh no. Why is it like all... it's all weird. The focus is weird. I don't know why it's changed. They must the software must have updated. All right, let's try to fix that so y'all can, you know, maybe see what's going on here.
Well, butter my biscuits.
Let's see. If I pull this all the way out, I have to click off of this and then click back on this. I can't adjust the focus while also seeing the camera. It's great. It's really fantastic. And just to, you know, address that the focus is out, I didn't change any settings. Nothing has changed. Nothing at all has changed. What the fuck, dude? No settings have been messed with. Is it right there? Really cool. Really cool stuff here. Alright, let's put that there so we can kind of half-ass have it about where I focus. And I want to point out that I feel so ripped off for this $200 webcam that does not focus on small things. Just at all. Like, why is it not focusing? I don't know what to do here. I guess I could switch back to the $17 720p webcam. Alright. You click off it. Click on to the other thing. Click that close. Click this here. I don't fucking know what to do. Why doesn't it focus? Like, why won't it focus? Why will you not focus? Are you kidding me right now? Alright, wherever that focus is right now. God damn. I can't move my hand to get it. Why do things change? Why do things change without being changed? I don't know what to do. Where even is the focus? Focus. How about right there? Is that focused? Focus is now in the background. Yeah, it just like I can't. It won't focus. It will not focus at all. I can't use the autofocus because it doesn't, like, it can't focus on such a small object. Let's get out of image adjustments. Let's get this like all the way in on this as far as I can go. And then click. Image adjustments. Let's move this so I can see what the hell I'm doing. So the problem is, to get it to focus this close to the camera, it's like all the way to the left of the slider. And that's so still just like way out of focus. I don't understand. It makes no sense. I didn't change anything. It's exactly where it was before. Okay. That looks like it's in focus. And here's the thing. The slider is exactly where it was at the start of the stream when it was not in focus. It's in the exact same position that it was before I started fucking with it. You absolute clown of a camera. Alright, let me just put out there, fuck a Logitech Brio for this. If you want a good face cam, get you a Logitech Brio. If you want to paint minis on camera, do not use a Logitech Brio. Is that focused now? I mean, kind of. I'm going to be painting like right here. I think you can almost see what's going on. Okay, pardon me for a second. Let me see who's blowing up my phone. How far in are we? How far in are we at this point? 16 minutes before we actually get started. That's not too bad. Now that we've dealt with the first crisis of the evening, we could maybe actually start to do something. And that first thing is going to be hydrating our wet palette, which is always kept dry. It's funny to me that if you don't dry out your wet palette after each use, it just gets moldy. It immediately. I'm telling you, just overnight, and it's mildewed. All right, there's too much water in there. Let's get rid of some. That ought to do it. Let that water push through the parchment. Oh, I'd put way too much in there. There we go. Okay, so we're going to dig in with some Agrex Earthshade and get started. Wet palette. Palette is about 75% moist, which is too much. You want it like 40% moist. This one. Okay. So just like last time, we're gonna put out a nice little puddle about yay big. We're gonna put like 12 to 16 drops of Agrex Earthshade in it. I messed up again, y'all. I had leftover pizza, and now I gotta clear my throat every few minutes. I think it is indeed a gluten sensitivity that causes this issue. Where is my little brush? This is a 3 round. We can work with that. And it is stiff as a board, so we're going to clean it in acetone before we get started. And of course our Agrex Earthshade is going to run away from us in the meantime, so I need it all back over here. Try distilled water for wet palette will inhibit growth of nastiness. Yes. I gotta buy special water for my special wet palette. Okay. Well, I'm really disappointed to see that these need to be ink washed again, because this really runs the risk of turning the stream into literally watching paint dry. But there are big sections of these models that somehow manage to avoid getting ink on them. Like the top of this is inked and the underside is inked, but right there, just right in the middle, no ink. All around here, inked. This little stripe, not inked. It's great. It's good stuff. I should have just dunked them. Should have just made a made like a big pot and dunked them. Then I wouldn't miss any spots. Right here, all above it, all below it, not in the crevice. It's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. So, we're going to fix that now, and then wait on them to dry so we can start doing other stuff. Also, hi, hello, Mr. David. You're doing well. Welcome to the bitching stream. But, is that anything new? Do we do anything else other than complain on this channel? And by we, I mean me. Because honestly, I don't think y'all do a lot of complaining. Chat is non-complainers. Alright. Whole bunch of spots needing ink still. There we go. Oh, it's good to vent. It is so good. Oh, look at that. I missed the entire inside of that leg. Crazy how you can miss those in the moment. So yeah, we're gonna... Luckily there's 12 of these, so I think we could be in a position where, like, by the time we ink the last one, the first one will be dry again. and we can actually do what we set out to do today. But yeah, these sections that didn't get any ink on them just look glaringly bad compared to the surrounding areas. And we also got to do this like without darkening the areas that already have ink on them too much, and we also got to watch doing tide marks. Though because it's camo, I think the tide marks will be kind of reduced if we get any anyways. Well, this wasn't showing up at all? Wait. Talk about noms from time to time, but that usually ends up in whining about hungriness. Oh, that is true. Well, see, I screwed up this time and ate before the stream. Or are you talking about it? You saying chat whining about food. What's the term? Whinging. YouTube not notifying. Oh, yeah. It's, yeah, evidently, you know, I think that might have to do with the bell settings. The bell, just clicking the bell is not enough anymore. You have to click on the bell and choose which level of bell notifications that you get. And much like Top Chat, YouTube makes weird arbitrary decisions about what is important enough to notify you about. But that said, I'll do my best to continue to ensure the Wednesday stream is on the Wednesday. Same time, same place. I do like regularity. That's what the Metamucil is for. I haven't actually tried Metamucil out in my life, but I've heard good things about it. I just checked my subscription page for blue dots. What does that mean? Subscription page? I thought the blue dot meant they were like currently online. YouTube wasn't even showing you online in subsection. Yeah, YouTube YouTube hates Country Fried Mini's growth. It's actually kind of remarking about that today internally. I was looking at some creators that I have followed that have started since I started to get some traction, and like watching newbies completely eclipse the growth of this channel has been really sad. Country Fried Minis is largely dead in its tracks. Blue is recent activity. Red is on. I don't think I've ever seen a red dot on YouTube though. If I have, it hasn't stood out to me. So I'm wondering if that's if the app changes with premium. Got some spots on the face there that need some ink. Top of this leg, it's a little weak. I think that does it for the Crusader, or Centurion. I was looking at the Crusader here. I think I just need to sell the channel, sell the rights to the channel or whatever over to some busty lass with a southern accent. Step down to a Discord manager, take all my dozens of dollars and give them to someone else. Then it'd be wildly successful. I could just hang my tits out, but I don't think that's the kind of tits that people are coming here to see. Okay. Things are coming along. Let's see, I don't know if that is showing up for y'all. Here, let me try to full screen this again. Pray not to busty lassies, pray to Blake. Yeah, but see, all right, Jerome Blake gets your money at
cream of the
gunpoint.
crop, and there is no
Busty
one
lassies
that does it better.
Get paid freely, you see, and they get lots of success, and only have to release a video once every like 4 months, and then their channels grow much faster than. Yeah, it's disheartening at times, y'all. It is very disheartening at times. Though they do say that comparison is the destroyer of joy. And I must admit, digging through my subscription feed this morning brought a lot of comparison and the destruction of joy into my existence. So, I apologize for the negativity. It will not get in the way of further productions. Oh, this is gonna be a good one, dude.
So thick.
What's in between those rockets?
Technor TN donated a $2 super chat. Cucumber horse candle cucumber 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 rocket cherry
rock rocket and cucumber candle. That's a fucking all-timer, dude. Thank you for the generous donation, my guy. That's holy shit. Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know, if you emojis, you get way more syllables in the chat than it would. Rock rocket, yes. Yes. I wonder, I mean, that's probably as close to cock rocket as you can actually get, right? Rock rocket's pretty fucking good. I still think my personal favorite has got to be orangutan, because you're getting a ton of syllables for that one character. I'm unsuccessfully trying to make a dropship into the screw-on jar type thing. Oh, that's awesome. I agree. Good stuff, Surveillance Wizard. It's time for hot tub and feet pics, and you could do a body painting stream. I do have very long feet. Body painting stream. Yes. Oh, but see, okay, the problem with the hot tub or body painting stream is if that were to be successful, you just have put yourself into a weird place. I'm here to paint minis. Of course, that could be part of the growth issue as well. Like the upper echelon of mini painting is caps out in hundreds of thousands of subs, and that's the biggest of all of them, compared to, like, I don't know, what's north of the border got, like 2.4 million or like 4 million. I can't remember the number. And that's sculpting. And then people do DIY stuff, like scratch building and stuff. Those channels get really big. So I think mini painting has its limits, but it's what I do, y'all. It's what I do. I don't want to do other stuff. I just want to be big enough to paint weird things, and it still be like a video with a little bit of reach. Paint up a Barbie hot tub. You're always wrong and the views are always right. Yeah, well, the views are usually like really low, which is hard to see sometimes. Easy hot tub stream. I mean, I don't want to do a hot tub stream and have it be successful, because then I'm a hot tub streamer. But then again, I could just put those on the Country Fried OnlyFans. Viewers. The viewers are always right? What do you mean? Y'all are right? I don't know about all that. Oh, wait. The viewers are always right. Yes. Then you can write a hot tub off as a business expense? Amazing. Amazing. Absolutely ridiculous. How much do you think it would cost to fill a like a kiddie pool with Nuln Oil? Well, we could always say it's Nuln Oil. And just mix it up with craft paint. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh no, that one tube formed a meniscus. Let me see if I can dig it out. I was trying to avoid that last time around. There we go. It popped cleanly. Gnome oil, yes. 10-minute mini and ice. Call back to the stream last night. Oh yes, yes, yes. Just put up a 1/96 scale Irby in a tiny hot tub and stream it for 24 hours. Amazing. 10-minute mini and ice bath. Live kiddie pool and Nuln Oil, the real stuff about a million. Yeah, let's see. Okay. This is... You don't even get this bottle anymore. You get this one for, what is this, like $9? Here, let's do the math. Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Okay, ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT. How many ounces? How many fluid ounces? How many fluid ounces to fill an average kiddie pool? Let's do it. All right, here we go. All right, it would take 11,520 fluid ounces. And how many come in this? Do they even label it? Okay. 0.6 fluid ounce. Really? Okay, ChatGPT. Okay, all right, ChatGPT. If a bottle of Games Workshop Nuln Oil costs $9 and contains 0.6 fluid ounces, how much would it cost to fill that same kiddie pool with this material? All right, let's see. Okay. It's doing math. It's doing math. $172,000 to fill it. It's not quite $1 million. I bet she rips off your last section of ours. Let's see.
Comstar Knight 36 donated a $1.99 super chat. Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, BRT.
A classic. Thank you so much for the generous donation, Comstar Knight. So have we cracked the code on the TTS lady? If you put the vowels in between the R's, it seems to make the R's continue on the other end. oh man, a reminder out there to y'all that these generous donations, as well as the support shown by membership and Patreon, make all this possible. And I hope my whinging about channel growth never comes across to y'all as saying it's not enough, because what y'all do to support this place is definitely more than enough. More than this lady complainer deserves. And it's well appreciated. The Nuln Oil will dry out into dry brick anyways. I wonder how long it would take to dry. You're talking like months to dry, I would think. Honestly. Okay. These are gonna turn into meniscuses as well if I don't. Fresh toothpick, we're gonna push down in all these holes and make sure none of them clog over with the oil or the Agrex Earthshade. Bink, bonk, bink, bonk. Yeah, that one especially. That one just really wants to fill up. Ugh, I touched it to my face. All right, here we go. Same deal here. That one really wanted to fill up. We may end up just having to go in and do this again after the oil dries. Or the ink dries. I keep saying oil, but it's not Nuln Oil. Okay. Almost done re-inking, and we can move on to, we'll do metallics next, I think. That's probably the next step. Just want to find these weak spots, though. Make sure everybody's got a little bit of wash and is nicely detailed up. Tide marks on the back, we can smooth those out. Little bit underneath the arm. I'm shocked to see like the surfaces underneath not getting ink on them, because the stuff tends to pool anyways. But I guess that just means I did a good job of preventing the pooling. Surprising. Just simply surprising. All right. Giant kiddie pool sized Nuln Oil rock. Gross. I mean, it probably would like make itself into a concretion if you think about it. Once the binder evaporates, it's just like a whole bunch of pigment particles. Though it's crazy to think like at that scale you're dealing with like geological processes, and it wouldn't happen in a geological time frame. I mean, I doubt it would turn into like a proper rock, right? Not even as tough as sedimentary rock or sandstone is a type of sedimentary rock, right? It would be very brittle. Now, if you mixed in some other pigment sizes, you might get some weird like concretion stuff happening. That'd be fun. Be an interesting experiment. How do you make it look like Nuln Oil though, and save money? Could you do it with food coloring? Have you heard of Fordite? Yes, indeed. I know about Fordite. I watched a piece of content recently where a guy made a pendant out of Fordite. It looked really neat, and it's just layered automotive paint. But like, think acrylic would be... I mean, acrylic would be pretty stiff if it was really thick. Yeah, and the Fordite is like... That stuff was fairly brittle. Looks really cool, though. It is interesting that that is kind of classified as a mineral. It would skin over with a liquid puddle at the bottom that never cures. Yeah, that makes sense. Think of the buildup you get on a dry pallet if you don't wash it. Yeah. I used to keep a little dish and never wash it. And I made it probably 3 or 4 years on it. And then it was getting too thick to work with, so I peeled the whole thing off, and it was a chunk. But it only had a few years worth of buildup on it. I had to start that process again, now that I'm thinking about it. Just any painting session, add a little bit to a dish. Okay, well, we used way too much of this Agrax. So let's lift that off the pallet. Oh, this is like, it's like $4 worth of paint right there. Okay, there we go. Let's move on. Big spender indeed. Reminder from Nightbot that Chaps can spend their biscuit coins over at the CFM loyalty store. If you don't have the redemptions memorized, you can always click them over there. Okay, so we should be able to move on back to our first model. And it does appear that our ink, it's still a little glistening, but I think it's dry enough to work with. So I think what we're gonna do is start doing metallics. And I think we need a nice bright metallic this time around. So let's go with the duraluminum. Yeah, we're gonna go with the duraluminum, which means it's time to get out Oni Lab. Get out our little MX Mini. And throw our paint right out of our hand. Let's get this shook up. All right, 46 minutes in, and we're actually starting what we set to do today. The camera is refocused, our models are rewashed, and we can dig in to the project. Thank you, Oni Lab. All right. Now, what size brush is going to be our best bet here? How about this one? How about this nice Pro 0? It is a little caked up, so we're going to need to clean it first. So back out once more with the acetone. A little bit of acetone. Yeah, the brush is kind of gnarly. Whole bunch of chunks coming up out of it. I wonder what I was painting with this that I put it up so dirty. I think at this point I really need to do a like a brush care session. 2,300 biscuit coins. $2,300. I see metallic flakes in there. I think that explains why this brush is so yucky. Okay. Let's see here. How's it looking now? Usable. There's some stuff up in the ferrule, but it's fine. Dump out that excess acetone. Let's do one of these. Let's do one of these. Mr. Slink. Let's see. Duel. Slink. 300. Pow. Let's see if it'll work. Is it going to remember that you're there? Or has it been too long? Good luck. Oh, my points. Not that I need them. Not that I need them at all. I'm going to try to tame this hair a little bit. It's bugging me in the camera there a bit. And we're going to get started doing some metallics. Literally robbing you of your points. Literally robbing you of your points there. All right, yeah, taking off these headsets on and off makes my hair do crazy things, and I keep seeing it in the camera there. Okay, so duraluminum. I want to find a nice dry spot on our wet palette so the water's not too run away. In fact, let's pull a little bit more moisture out of here. A little too wet. Somebody's having a bad time out there on the streets. I hear shouting and honking. Alright, yeah, look at all that water. All that water coming up out of the palette. Gross. Here we go. We'll just do a few drops at a time because this stuff is going to invariably separate on us. It basically immediately separates. So we're going to keep it stirring as we go. And we just want to put a nice metallic sheen on certain parts of the mechs. I still kind of like Nathan's idea of doing like a dark brown color on the joints. I think we may still do that, but I do want to do like all the gun barrel-y bits in the classic silver. It's a really cheaty, quick and easy method for making them look heavy metal. You hit it with that, you hit it with a Nuln Oil, you pick out the bits. Sorry, I'm interrupting my train of thought here. I'm thinking that we're actually going to leave I kind of don't want to I don't want to silver up the missile tubes this time around. Yeah, we're gonna leave those just the camo colors. I think that's the way. It's usually my formula to paint like the forward-facing plate of the missiles in silver, but I think this time around we're gonna use less silver. Less silver, more camo. Too much silver kind of defeats the purpose of the camo itself anyways. I made those lasers a little too small on the back. need to let this serve as a lesson to confirm the size of my lasers match. Alright, so I think as far as silver bits, we're just going to do the weapons. We're going to do these little, like, I don't know what you call these. These little bits. Let's do the dish and the antenna. I'm almost thinking the grab handles should go silver too. So we maybe do we may do that. The I guess they're not grab handles, they're more like tow hooks at this scale. All right, that little bit of contrast looks really good. It doesn't make any sense on the, like, the mech would have those painted camo as well, obviously, but it looks good. The contrast looks good on the mech. And yeah, we're gonna do the same on these little bits that stick out of the armor plates. Let's go metallic on those. And then this guy had like tow hook type deals, like right here. We'll go silver with that. Even though it doesn't make sense logically that this would be silver, it looks good on the model. So we'll go with that. Same here. You don't see a little hot dog, a dog with a hot dog every time it makes that bump, 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 bump. Because I do. Because I edited that scene, I suppose. Might be more accurate to call them tie-down points. Yeah, that makes sense. They can be used for towing, tying, or grabbing. Yeah, but they're huge. Well, who's grabbing onto that? Another mech, maybe? I guess logically, yeah, another mech might be used to manipulate them around. Okay, so I now have an issue. I see a really egregious piece of support that got left on here. So I need to remove that. And because I'm cutting into primed and painted model, that means I have to paint this section metallic. And that's what we're gonna do. Let's clean out the remnants of that. Damn, I just put a big scratch. Yeah, I think we can deal with it. Alright, so this does mean that heat vents on these mechs are going to get painted silver. We've made a decision based on a problem. Yeah, we'll do heat vents in silver. And I think what we'll do is we'll mix a really, really thin brown and kind of wash it on all the joint connection points. All right, that's one. Next. Who was next? Awesome. Awesome needs a little love. Gotta stir this stuff up, which is completely separated. PPC PPCs go silver. And I think we may even leave the housing of the PPC in our camo color. Yeah. Sounds right to me. Same here. We're going to paint it up to the housing, but we're going to leave the housing in not metallic. All right. This lad does have some little tie-down hooks. So we're going to put them right there. Make those silver. There's another little tie-down bit back here. We'll do that one. I think this little, like, thingamabobber right here on the top should also go silver. I'm not sure what it is, what it's supposed to represent, but it's fine. We got another little grabby bit there, and then we'll do the laser housing. Excellent. And I think that's all the silver this guy's gonna get. Normally I just do the hand in silver. But I don't think we're doing that this time around. Because then I need to do all the hands in silver. So we're not doing that. I want to minimize the use of metallics on them. I keep having to go to a different tab screen. Looks like there's an awesome there, a longbow, a spider, and a rifleman. Yeah. So, awesome Battlemaster longbow. This is the version 2 longbow that I made. I had some feedback from the one I put together on stream, so I ended up making this version, which looks a lot better, I think. Looks more like the longbow. There is a spider. There's a rifleman. Yep. And then we've got Shadowhawk, Black Knight, Centurion, Crusader, a Thunderbolt, a Catapult, and then the Hatchetmen, which I converted to have... I took a laser off it, I think, somewhere, and I switched the barrel to an Ultra. It's got an Ultra AC-10, so it now has the twin barrel. I believe I posted this and this to the 3D printing section. So if you want those, if you want that LGB0H, this is available on the Country Fried Minis Discord. A reinforced company. It's 12 mechs, so I think that's just a company, right? 12 is a company. My client ordered 3 lances, and I gave them a. I went for a buy 2 get 1. So if any of y'all out there want a company of your own, as long as they're all the same color, consider hiring me over on Fiverr.com/Thurston Studios. You too could have a company of your own for just a few hundred. 12 makes the standard color. Okay, yeah. Also, for what it's worth, if any of y'all out there considering picking up a lance from me and you have budgetary concerns, I can work within your budgetary concerns and send some guidance that way. So if you have any questions or thoughts about that, it doesn't cost nothing to send me an inquiry over on Fiverr. Link in the description down below. I see another spot or this needs a little more ink. So we need to fix that real quick. Catapult needed a little underneath its chassis. All right, who's next? So we've got the Battlemaster and the Awesome are now metalliced up. Let's move on to, how about the Rifleman? Go Rifleman. Actually, I guess I need to do them in reverse order. Well, shit, I screwed up the order when I picked them all up. They should be nice and dry now. Let's do our Black Knight. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna hit these weapon tips with as little silver as we can get away with. We just want those little pops of color to help sell the contrast, to make them look a little more vibrant on the table. But we're really leaning into the like the camo appearance this time. Besides, the detail is really going to come out on these guys when we do the chipping later. I do think that we want, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking that all the little spikes on this guy should be done in silver too. I do see some more support scarring that needs to get removed. It's remarkable that like you can get so far into a project and then see more support scarring. But those ink washes are really good at bringing that out. So we're just gonna clean it up as best we can. And there's a few more little spots that we're not going to worry about too much. Well, shit, they look really bad. Those are going to require some buff painted back over those. Better to do it now and get it out of the way than get all the way into the project and then try to remove them. Okay, we need to fix those really quick. So we're going to take wrong paintbrush. It takes that metallic. Take a little Xandri dust right there, and then we're going to take our buff and put just a tiny bit out and do a 50-50 of that, and we'll use that to correct those spots there. And we're just gonna have to live with the discrepancy in color. Oh, looks like I missed even more ink anyways. How about that? Who's popping at me? Miles A calls for a popcat. Yeah. Is that LGBTQ? If not, somebody should figure it out. I don't know that one offhand. Let's pull it up. Longbow Sarna. Longbow TQ, you say? Fantastic job on the rework of the Longbow OH. Checking your STL. Oh, excellent. Thank you. The details on this one came out a little small. I think these rockets could use a little reinforcing on top. Just a little bit of expansion. But yeah, I think it is a useful tool. There's a Blender file that I have with the longbow with the tubes removed. What are we looking up? The TQ. Oh, I see. I see what you've done there. Yes, you're right. Somebody should figure out LGBTQ. Here I am looking it up, trying to find the actual thing. Holy moly. Too silly. I love it. All right. You guys hear that? You guys hear that fucking clown on his motorcycle? sit there and redline revved his engine twice at the red light. Fucking. I bet that guy is super macho. Just super manly man. I'm sure his dick is at least 14 inches long. And he's got rippling six-pack abs. And it's just like the ultimate alpha male. You know, I know I go on about motorcycles a lot here on the channel. And let me just address that I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less about motorcycles before living in the city. But now that I live downtown where like noise pollution can really like be amplified by the echoes off the buildings, motorcyclists are a fucking scourge. Hats off to all the motorcyclists out there who drive a nice, respectful, quiet, economic bike and not a absurdly loud jerkmobile. You're the real heroes. There's a guy in my neighborhood that drives one of those Inertia, I think is the brand. The full electric motorcycle that like it has to make a tone because it's so quiet. And you know, even about a jerkmobile, I don't even think a jerkmobile is inherently wrong, but like the guys who go through the neighborhood and rev their motor next to parked cars to set off the car alarms, that's especially heinous. Of course, I guess there is a flip side to all this in that, like, driving tends to make people angry anyways. And cars tend to hit motorcyclists. So maybe they're just angry men. And they gotta express their anger through noise. Then again, do the motorcycles actually exist? Rode for 7 years a lot, and then 2 more than sold on VTR 250 and a Triumph Street Triple R. Triumph. What'd you call it? A Street Triple R? Street Triple R. Street Triple. The aggressive attitude, poise, and styling of the Street Triple range sets a whole new benchmark for performance and agile, dynamic, easily handled. Addictive everyday fun on the track and the road. Well, cheers to your motorcycling. I hope you didn't have any what do they call it? Bad episodes of laying the bike down in your motorcycling days. I got a buddy back east who's a motorcycle feller. He came and picked me up one day, and he's like, "Hey, Cameron, come ride this bike with me. It's awesome." And I got on the back of his motorcycle and rode, and it was a terrifying experience because he's like, he was a lot smaller than me, so I felt distinctly like I could just like lay the bike down at any minute by leaning really hard to one side or the other. So I never really got into the motorcycle thing myself. And now that I live downtown, most motorcycles I deal with are, well, the guy who just revved his motor to a red line a few times. My father owned a tow truck company for 10 years or so. When I was younger, I ended up seeing some of the photos he took at crash scenes when he got called to PD. Motorcycle crash scenes were bad. But plenty of close calls as a pretty safe rider. Oh yeah, excellent. I had a friend of a friend. He was here in California. Lane sharing is legal, and lane sharing with cars. I should clarify. He was on an on-ramp to I-80, and the car he was lane sharing with was unaware of him and drifted a little too far to the wall on the on-ramp and pinned him. They came to a stop and it pinned his leg between the motorcycle and the wall, and ended up basically destroying a lot of the meat on the side of his leg. And it was really interesting. They rebuilt the muscles in his lower leg using the top layer of his abdominals. He had these crazy pictures of like I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a gauze cap that keeps the moisture and meat in while the body's healing. And then when he was all healed up, he basically had abs on the side of his leg. Like the shape of his abs were still there. And then his tummy on the one side was flat. 3,800 miles on my e-bike. Interesting. E-bike. Yeah, it was wild. It just crazy remarkable, like what they can do these days with modern science, just like reattaching parts. I mean, I think back, I had neurosurgery in, I think it was 2007. And I was home in like, I think it was 5 days, just back to normal. Pretty awesome what doctors and surgeons can get away with, and really remarkable how resilient and regenerative the human body is. Science is cool, and biology is even cooler. All right, Black Knight is now blinged up. And I think like that's a fair amount of silver. You got these little pops of color on it. Oh, Mr. Revving Man is back. I've got to assume he's like testing a bike for the shop that's nearby or something. Trying to get his power level over 9,000. Oh, he's definitely getting his revs up there. Who's next? We'll move on to this rifleman. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to hit these barrels, get them nice and silver. And we're not going to... We're not going to get them too silver, just enough to sell the idea. And keep as much camo as possible on them. Yes. I'm sitting here thinking, if it's not clear, if it's not clear to y'all, I'm a grade A hater. I think hating might be one of my favorite things to do. And loud motorcycles bring it out of me the most, I think. Maybe of everything. No, that's not true. Upstairs neighbors doing construction work at 3 in the morning. Really brings it out of me. Hatred is an underappreciated superpower. I think people like to hate on hating. Without knowing knowing the good feels that come from hating. How do you think I keep looking so youthful? It's definitely not diet and exercise. It's all the hatred. It's funny because I see the age. All right, what are we looking at here? This lad needs, for one, it's got like a grab handle thing that is in a weird orientation. So we're just gonna remove that bit. I think it got warped. I think it got warped from the print. Where's my chisel tip? I don't see it. Well, we can use this one. We're gonna remove this lad right here. And we're gonna have to go in there and correct the oh, there it is. Damn it. There's my chisel tip. Yeah, I didn't realize that piece had gotten warped in the 3D print. So we're gonna remove it and use our little bit of buff and Xandri dust mixture to paint over that fresh scar. Okay. There are only two kinds of people I hate: those intolerant of other cultures and the Dutch. Ah, yes. You know what? Let's try this. Let's do. Oh, it reminds me. Gamble. The gamble limits have been adjusted. And you can now gamble a lot. I'm testing it right now. Slots goes up to like 10K, I think. Is it not? Are you just ignoring me? Streamlabs, you just ignoring me? Is it doing it to prove me wrong in this moment where I just made a claim? Really? I specifically set this. I specifically set this to have a limit of 10 quadrillion. One second, y'all. let's dip over here. And just show that I'm not making it up. We're going to go into CloudBot. We're going to go into commands. We're going to go into settings. We're going to pop open Gamble. Gamble. Now that I'm trying to find it, now that I'm trying to quote it, I can't find the damn thing again. Settings. Why can't I find it now? Modules. Gamble minigame. Preferences. There we go. Now, those of you in the community who know I did this, I did this while hanging out with people in chat, and it has reset my settings. Save settings. Settings saved. I've done this. I've already done this. I've done exactly this. Let's go back in. This is the second time I've done this. All right. Is it just broken? Of course. Oh, jeez. Okay, there we go. It's fixed. You should be able to gamble big now. You were supposed to be. I'd already said it. All right. Now I go back to the other side of the room, which is... Where's it at? Paint stream capture. How? All right. I guess I was a liar. But I did already do that. I already did that thing. Yeah, you should be able to gamble big. Big gambles. Slots was limited. Couldn't do slots over 10,000. But the maximum number limit for the gamble was 10 quadrillion. So I set it to 10 quadrillion. I want people to be able to lose the entirety of their points in one go. All right, back to it. This episode on distractions.org. All right, let's do this whole like targeting array assembly in silver. It's another one of those little details that, like, on a full scale mech, it does not make sense that it would be silver. In fact, you would want basically nothing on this model to be bare metal. Nothing that would catch a glint of the sun if you're trying to put camo on it. But in miniature scale, when looking at it on the tabletop, that little glint, that little pop of detail just sells to your eyes immediately. Like, hey, this is cool. Who's popping at me? Slink's popping. Yes. The Popcat. I do love Popcat. It, the first time I saw it, immediately entered my heart and lives there now. It lives there now. Of course, I didn't see its original posting either. I saw it on another streamer's platform. And their PopCat redeem was for Escape from Tarkov and appears on their gun. And invades their screen as well, which I thought was really funny. Okay, so our rifleman, I don't think has any other spots that really demand silver, so we can just move on to the next one. Yeah, on down the line. Damn. You're up. Oh, God. Good luck. Good luck, Slink. I hope you get it. That's hard to see. That's hard to see. That's so hard to see. You got a double +1. You got to do the double +1. Yeah. And it's rough too, because the gamble is like, it's 50-50. It's straight 50-50 if you're going to win or lose. And then there's small percentages if you're double, triple, or quadruple, or 5 times your amount. If you get a 99 to 100, you'll 5 times it. Also, as a streaming hack, as an algorithm hack, I should say, basically anytime someone does a redemption of any kind off the Streamlabs, it looks to YouTube like you've done 2 messages, basically. So it does that algorithmic traction in the engagement. Hopefully pushes the content out to more people, which is the idea. It's always better with a slightly bigger crowd in here. Gamble 109. Damn, Nate, you're a little low on coin funds there. Does that mean you haven't been abusing your moderator privileges? Let's see, who needs silver? I think we're gonna do these, like, there's these handle things. It's like bracing bars. I don't know what you'd call them. Here on the Centurion's gun, I think we want to do those silver as well. It's another one of those fun projects where it's like trying to strike a balance between making it look good and cutting as many corners as possible, since it's for a commission. Alright. That's looking good. Greeblies and doodads. Yeah, exactly. I only abuse them for the sake of others. Yes. I know there's also a function in there as a moderator that you can take, somehow you can take points from one person and give them to someone else.
Well, butter my biscuits.
Well, butter my biscuits. That hot butter. All right, who's next? We're 6 of these done, so we're halfway through. Man, the detail on this Thunderbolt launcher is looking a little soft. We may very well have to paint those holes in black later. I think we may go in with a null oil wash and try to enhance any of the missile launchers tubes later. I just don't want them all silver. Normally that's kind of my easy go-to on these fellers. But I want to avoid that. Alright, so that is the lasers and the laser there. Let's do this little doodad on the head. Fix in that. And then he's got these like shin pull bars or tie down bars, whatever you call them. We'll do those. There's also these, I guess they're more the same right here on the front. Let's do those. You know, I forgot I was supposed to be doing vents in silver as well. That camo paint is getting blasted the first time it fires that launcher. Yeah, exactly. Dark wash or null on the launchers might work. Darken the holes, but get some scoring on the inner launcher too. Yeah, that sounds very reasonable to me. Double checking these guys here for vents. I think these are supposed to be vents, but we lost some of the detail on them. Okay, I didn't miss any. Crusader. Crusader has one of those tie-down bars on the back. So we'll hit that first. On the front, he's got tow cable connections right there. So those will get some love. And then what we're gonna do is muck with the lasers. Man, I really want to paint my Crusader now in country fried colors. He lives right up here somewhere. You know, now that I say that, I don't see the model. Is that it? Yeah. I got a Crusader ready to go. Just living right up here. I actually kind of like the... I think I like the PGI one better. I mean, this is closer to original artwork. But this one's great. Alright, so this guy had lasers. He's got a crotch vent that we're gonna paint in silver. Okay. Get the lasers underneath the arms. And then it's all missile launchers, so we're not going to worry about the missile launchers going silver. We got the tie-down bar. I think that's about it. I want a little more silver on him, so we're going to do like these little like armor plate connection points. Do those in silver. And I think that's it for the Crusader. We can move to the next. On in the next one. Crusader's one of those where I think PGI and CGL both did a really good job. One issue with PGI is as torso instead of hip SR. Yeah, exactly. And I kind of imagine that comes from game function, because the game doesn't really have a way to replicate the leg weapons properly. And even if, I mean, like, they could do it, but it seems like something that would just unnecessarily complicate piloting for the individual. I'm seeing spots on this guy that need a little more watch. Yeah, the game moves leg weapons on the torso. There's a locust that did the same thing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. Alright, Shadowhawk needed a little bit more ink wash. So it's going to get set off to the side for now. In fact, I see that its palm needs some ink on both sides. I think that has supports in it still. Let's get out our chisel. Let's see if we can't pop those free. I think that did it. It sure did. Leg weapons will add another axis for firing art. Yeah, exactly. I do like leg weapons though, thematically. I think they make a lot of sense and have a place in the tabletop game. I keep referencing my Commander Jill Bay's King Crab, which I've yet to start painting, unfortunately. She has a MRM 20. This is it's got an MRM 20, a tag laser, which has been moved from this side to that. I think this is a large laser originally, but this is a tag on her build. So MRM 20 tag. This is a turret-mounted binary laser. The cannons are LBX 10s instead of 20s, and then she's got I can't remember if they're quad or just a pair of machine guns, but I used some Warhammer bits and some putty to put some leg-mounted machine guns up underneath. Really fun custom mech. Maybe not quite as effective as the King Crab, but it expands to doing more roles. I like them thematically as well as the tabletop, but not sure I'd want to use them in mech warrior. No, yeah, they make no sense. I could see like game function, like you could make them like, I don't know. There's some value to it. In maybe you could do like tonnage discounts on them, or like have the cooldown affected, something like that.
The cream, yeah. The cream of the crop.
Cream of
And
the
there
crop.
is no one that does it better.
I love that it cuts off in the middle of him saying that. I could have made it a longer clip, but it was better to cut it down. It's like it's almost like disingenuous editing. And I think that's really fun. Popcat. Do you have any Trues in your playlist? So all the music in the playlist it all comes from Epidemic Sound, because I pay for a license over there. That is one advantage that Twitch streaming has over YouTube. I can use stuff that is like, I don't have to worry about copyrights in the music. YouTube, if you use anything that is approaching copyright, the owner of the music can claim your video and all the income it generates. So unfortunately, all the music that I use comes from Epidemic Sound. I've even had trouble recently on a lot of backlogged editing videos from where I used White Bat Audio, and there's a bot going around claiming Carl Casey's music that has nothing to do with him. And like, okay, if I have an editing episode and I play 10 Carl Casey songs during it, that's 10 individual claims that I have to dispute. And I've been having to do that. And YouTube is doing nothing to penalize this person or this account that's going around doing fraudulent claims, copyright claims. In fact, it's to such a degree, and I keep writing White Bat Audio about it too. It's to such a degree that I wonder if Carl Casey has actually hired a talent agency to aggressively snipe his music on YouTube under their name and not his. Because White Bat Audio is on YouTube. Like, if it was actually White Bat Audio claiming it, White Bat could claim it. Or some random asshole from China who doesn't own the track to make music of their own. Oh yeah. And this is a northwestern European company too. So I'm not sure like where the legality lies for them to do such a thing. I know it varies country by country, but I know like what Eastern countries and like ex-Soviet Union countries tend to be really lax about the copyright stuff, but it's unexpected to see it coming from a Scandinavian country. I can't remember where it was out of, but yeah, I keep having to do that again and again and again, and it's been really, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't take too long, right? You go in, you fill it out, you make a claim, or you dispute the claim, and then you go over to Carl Casey's website and you fill out the form, and you be like, hey, there's a claim on this, and then YouTube releases the claim like a couple days later, but like, they're going back to my back catalog and doing this. It's really, really frustrating. And granted, I'm not making hardly anything off the ad revenue, but like, imagine a bigger channel, you know, who's actually making substantial income getting claims by these fucking jackasses making fraudulent claims, and then YouTube does nothing about it. They just release the claim and then they don't shut down the people who are making the fraudulent claims. In fact, YouTube warns you when you dispute a claim that your account can get shut down for fraudulently disputing a proper claim. It's an interesting thing to be dealing with at the size of the channel right now. Is really the big thing about it. This is not something I would think would be an issue to be broaching at. What's the channel at? 1,100 subs right now? Alright, Mr. Spider's got his belly lasers. And I don't really see much else that could get metallic details on this boy. Let's do these little round things on the back. And then doesn't really have any like tie down points. We could do these like the cuffs on his fists, maybe. Just to kind of bring it in line with the others and get a similar amount of silver down. Where are we sitting at? Almost 2 hours in. is taking longer than expected. Okay, who's next? Let's do the Hatchet Man. Yeah, let's do the Hatchet Man. We're just gonna do the entirety of this double, the Ultra Autocannon. This is one of those mechs we just gotta be really careful even in handling it. In fact, given the difficulties I've had with snapping this mech, I'm a little worried that it's not going to ship well to my client. We'll do the axe blade in silver. Just the whole thing. And we can see the glue where it broke before has taken really well. It's got a bunch of heat vents, so those need to get filled in. And this is where the metal color really shines, actually. If you have these recessed vent thingamabobs, it still kind of flows like a contrast color. So you can get a little bit on the tip and just push it into place, and it wicks right into those vent gratings. How beautiful. We'll do the laser. The laser on there. Do we have any obvious spots on the back? Yeah, I think so. These piston caps are crying out for some silver. I'll do the same on the arms. Man, I left a really gnarly support. Yikes. It's a really gnarly support right there. That's a rough scar too. Let's pack some Xandri dust in it. Just gonna pack it right on there. Where's that scar? It's right here. And I think the Xandri dust is dark enough that it'll blend in and not be an issue. All right, you're recovering pretty well there, Slink. Were you down to 1,000 before? Things are looking pretty good. Thank you. I agree. I think these lasers were removed. Yeah, they look flattened to me. I should have maybe removed the whole housing for the laser. Oh well. Too late now. Time was a concern. Couldn't get these looking perfect, you know? Alright, that is our Hatchet Man. Oh yes, snack time. Not snack time for me. I do have a couple slices of leftover pizza left too. I did slice some lasers off, yes. Yes, okay. Alright, so our longbow, we're going to do this fat antenna and this little radar-ish thingamabob. And then we'll do these PPC
We'll butter
barrels.
my biscuits.
We'll butter my biscuits. Do these PPC barrels right here. In hindsight, I should have bumped up the size on these a bit, I think. Because the barrel tips actually broke off due to the sizing of them. And now they're kind of like stubby PPCs. He's got some heat venting right here. Again, we're going to use this like capillary action property of this stuff. We got some vents on the front too. Same deal. I'm going to use its high flow property to get in there and get where we need it to go. Hey, who's popping at me? Oh, it's so good. Should I reduce the cost on PopCat even more? Currently it's 5 points, right? So when you begin learning the merge versus, yes, I recall now. Yeah, let's see. You get 25 biscuit coins per 5 minutes of watch time wherein you're chatting. So that means by chatting, the payout system gives you enough coins to PopCat, what, once a minute. That's crazy. That's insane. PopCat's good where it's at. I agree. Yeah. 5 coins, real cheap. Now imagine if there were 10 people in here who were PopCatting once a minute. Is that long enough to eat the entire stream? Is it 6 seconds long? I don't know if it's quite 6 seconds. It may be a little shorter than 6 seconds. Okay. We got one more lad who needs silvering. So we're gonna blast our Shadowhawk, who had an unfortunate mishap and now has a stubby AC5, but I really like the look of that actually. And you know what, while I'm thinking about it, I want to drill that out. Where are my twist drills? And then I have a handle right here. Let's go with will 1 millimeter be too big? It might be. I think 1 millimeter is too big. We're gonna go with the 0.8. Let's drill this thing out. Alright, so I need to score a mark. I took one of these ball tools here and I sanded the tip of it. Sanded off the ball and made it I guess a miniature awl, kind of. Alright, let's make a little pilot mark. There we go. I'm going to drill away. Yours. Can't see what I'm doing here. That wasn't quite sharp enough. What if this... I wonder if this tool will be sharp enough to do it. Alright, this is already going poorly. It's really off center still. I'm just absolutely fucking destroying this. I maybe need to print out a new barrel. instead of doing all this mess. All right, let's try again here, and let's try to get a pilot hole right in the middle. There we go. It still doesn't, like, it's not big enough to accept the tip of that. Let's try to expand it with this. All right. It's so off center. Like, I don't understand how it's so off center. I put it right in the middle. Alright, the best I can do now is maybe drill it in at an angle. And then start lifting it up. And I think if I push that on in, that should do. I don't need it to go deep, just enough that it's a hole that's, yeah, it's centered enough. Weird. It just like it bit in off center. I guess I need a better tool for starting a pilot hole for my small drills. This needs to be sharper, perhaps. All right. Anyhow, back to it. Now we can do that. And this thing looks like a cannon of some sort, because it's got a hole in it. All right. Yeah, that looks decent. We'll do the lasers on Dude, the Shadowhawk laser is really strange. All this area right here is a hollowed out area that goes down beneath the laser lens. So it almost suggests that there's a laser emitter here that's firing a beam, an unshielded beam right here, that hits the focusing element at the end. Just got my first batch of the new Thunderhead giant trees off one of my printers. We'll post pick and disco. Heck yeah, dude. Well, about to throw 50 grams of filament at testing the screw cap for the Union dropship. I should know how bad it failed in about 4 hours. Yeah, but it might work too. Cat came running as soon as I started digging into my chips, because chips bag and treats bag are the same material. Amazing. Would you say, like, I know you have an older cat. Would you say that your cat is still very spry when it comes to running in for treats? This looks like a cooling vent. I'm not 100% sure if that's actually vent or if it's layer lines, but it looks enough like vent. We're gonna hit it with silver. This is vent, and so is that. And then we have tie down bars here, which are gonna get silvered on those two. These actually, there was like a full enclosure here, but they didn't look they didn't hold up very well to the printing. So I did remove them. And then I think we'll do these like hydraulic caps in silver as well. I also see another little support that needs some knife love. Let's get our nippers to do it. I hope for treat she'll dig up some Sprite, otherwise she left. Yeah, exactly. She did not want your jalapeno taters. Did your cat have a look of indignation when she realized it was not for her? I can picture it. I hear a notification. Is that a post? Said first of the new Thunderhead tree bases. Those are insane. That is a lot of packed in detail. What are we looking at for infill here? I tend to do my FDM at like I usually go about a 10%. I like a gyroid. 10% meant to be impassable. 15% infill. Yeah, I bet they're nice and sturdy. No, I gave her treats so we could snack together. That's awesome. That, yes. Redeem. Snack time. How? Okay, so next step now, we want Nuln oil, NULN oil, excuse me, I forgot, we use NULN oil here. Alright, we're going to make a little puddle of Nuln oil, NULN oil, and we're going to put this full strength. We're not worried about thinning at all. We'll use our same brush from earlier, this Zero from Nice Pro. I don't recommend this brand. The triangular grip on them is kind of nice, but otherwise you can leave them. They're meh. And we're going to use this smaller brush so we can targetedly apply our Nuln oil wash right over all of our bits and bobs. And I've put this on the palette because otherwise I'm just going to end up with metallics in it in the bottle. I've done it more than once, and we just want to hit everywhere that got a little bit of that had previously gotten a little bit of metallic love. Including the vents, especially the vents. And these grab bars. You see, these really smooth bits like these bars would not take the ink too well if you thinned it. So we want it as thick as it could be while still being a wash. Hit these vents just like so, and then we're going to go over a few more bits. These things, get some Nuln oil, and then I want to rub it over the missile ports as well. Rub it over the missile ports, and then we can dab it with a paper towel to get as much as we can off the surface, but we want to darken them holes. Darken those holes. Darken them right up. There we go. One down. Nolan Earl. Nolan Earl? Is that someone I should know who that is? I'm not familiar. She says to open your eyes. And I'm like, no, I'm going to close my eyes, lady. I'm afraid. Alright. Blast that NULN oil all over this stuff. There we go. That looks good. Hit these little hitch points. And then did this guy have any on the back? He sure did. Little thing right here. Wow, blast that with some NULN oil. Phantom Harlock says, thanks for stopping by the @Dixon the Dark stream. Yeah, if y'all out there like D&D, make sure to check out Dixon the Dark. Unfortunately, I found out this evening, well, I guess I knew from our last conversations that their stream kind of hits around the same time as the Wednesday show. So unfortunately, I'm going to be watching those via the VOD. But there's some fun stuff happening over there. It's Dungeons and Dragons and dice and spaceships. Already failed. No. Really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate to hear, Slink, but I am sure you will work through it. I trust. I believe in the process. Yeah, I am queued up to watch the remainder of this episode, the Dixon the Dark Up and Away campaign tonight. Really good stuff over there. Highly recommend it if you're into D&D. It's a very competent and fun-loving group. I think that goes a long way in catching enjoyable D&D sessions. We've all had, well, I say we've all, but I'm sure a lot of y'all out there have had bad sessions. Either low energy or like some players weren't really 100% in it, or they didn't know their stuff. You know, there's a myriad of things that could cause for a not so great stream. But then again, I gotta admit, it was the website that sold me right away. Just immediately. I knew. We had our Tabletop Tuesday last night, and I got nuh-unned by the party for the low cost of $2. Harlock, if you don't know, on the Tabletop Tuesdays here on Country Fried Minis, super chats given during the streams count as rule statements from the Dungeon Master. The amount of shenanigans that can happen for $2 is pretty wild. Pretty good, pretty much full session combat, nobody died, yes. Slink says, Tiny supports waiting here, adding a raft to fix it. Godspeed, good sir. I love the idea of a drop ship jar. That does sound really fun. Alright, so we are blasting our Nuln Oil over these mechs. Oh, there we go, yes. The full strength Nuln Oil really has brought out those missile holes. Let me try to lift some off the surface. I may still have to go back in here and hit these holes with black targetedly. I might wash it a few times actually. and then maybe pick it back out with the Zandri dust. It is close enough to the top of the mech that I think it could use a little extra washing. When all 6 are playing like tonight, there's definitely some derpy slow moments, but it's okay. Our streams are exactly what you see if you came to our game in real table. Yeah, it's awesome. It like I mentioned in your stream, it's really good to see Roll20 as well. I played for a long time with some lads in a like multiple year-long campaign, and we used Roll20. It was really good for that. Plus, it was a little easier to import player art. I would often do really bad photoshops for players as they got new equipment and send them over to our dungeon master. Let's see, we were playing 3.5, and I played a kobold rogue that was a strength build. I had some feat that allowed me to use my sneak attack with a non-finesse weapon, and I used monkey grip, so I was using a giant warhammer strength build on this really, really high strength kobold, but I was really low intelligence, so I was intelligence 4, and my dungeon master made me play in broken English, and I also only had one language, so I only spoke Draconic, and it was all me big smash, you big cry, me smash, you cry. Only it's in Draconic, so like 3 of the party members could understand me. You were literally begging me and Spencer to super chat the rules away for over a month. No, it's great. It's good stuff. I had double magnets on the last build. 4 wasn't enough, but then I went and glued a magnet the wrong way. Oh, fantastic. You just gotta like pour a whole bunch of debonder in it. Yeah, D&D is definitely not the focus of the channel here, but the very first models I painted up on the channel 3 years ago were 3D prints of our Dungeon Crawl Classics party. So starting up the Tabletop Tuesday show was a really good way to get back to that. And I think at the conclusion of our current campaign, or our current module, I should say, it's not really a campaign, I will probably print out 3D models of the stuff people are using in Tabletop Sim and paint those up. I think it'll be a lot of fun and a good way to tie it back to mini painting. But yeah, if you don't mind me openly talking about it too much here, Mr. Phantom Harlock, I would like to chat at y'all at some point in the future about potentially doing a crossover stream deal, possibly right after we finish Sailors on the Starless Sea, which the party is chugging forward towards completing the module. The going is really slow. Do you do any sculpting? Not really. I'm starting to dive into it digitally. I do a little bit of hand sculpting, but it's for little tiny cars like that. Little stubby little cars. Little doofy things. And you all can't even see it. No, it's mostly painting here. But, painting and brush licking and bitching about motorcycles. Hello, Go For It Painting. Welcome to the stream. We just put metallics down on the weapons for these mechs, and I'm going back in with some NULN oil to get that fun metallic effect that happens when you mix true metallic and the wash. Charging along on this piece for a set for a client. Actually, while I'm at it, I see that I missed some I missed some washing there. So let's do a little more Agrax Earthshade. I do a bit of hand squishing of things. Ah, yes. Wait. You're not supposed to watch the streams with things in your hand, you know. I'm gonna need you to have both your hands above the table. All right, continue almost. I'm gonna slap on some more Nuln oil. Oh shit, I just realized we're supposed to be washing the missile ports too, so that they look nice and black. Pull a little bit extra off of there. I got sidetracked talking about holding yourself while watching the streams. I built the Destiny, which is the main starship from Up, Up, and Away out of Lego, but eventually won a nice model. Oh, yeah. Scale modeling sounds really fun. I haven't really done much of it, but I am planning on a scale model kit diorama for the channel at some point soon. I have a 1/35th scale BTR 10A, I think is what it is. It's a Russian kind of APC dealio. I'm gonna do a Tarkov diorama. Takes legs off table, puts chair on top. No. Too much. What do we got going on here? Okay. Just updates about the print from Mr. David Fayafay over on the Discord. If y'all are interested, make sure to check out the Discord. We got a bunch of hobby stuff going on over there. And if you got your own projects, make sure to share them. It's not quite as easy to share what you're doing here on the paint streams. But a reminder, if you do catch a workflow stream where we do the editing and post to the Discord, we'll put it up on the big screen. Man, I love coffee. I think I got one more cup worth over there. Yeah, I sure do. I'll dig in here in the next half hour. Nothing like drinking coffee at 9 o'clock at night, you know? It doesn't contribute to insomnia or anything. Alright, so we're going to darken these holes here as well. And I think the best way to do it is going to be individual dips instead of washing it all over. I'm just going to try and spread some out. I do want to avoid forming too much of a meniscus on the surface of them, but I think the Nuln oil should retract back far enough that it won't like plug the hole entirely. Am I in frame? Not quite. We just don't want the back of any of these tubes to be in raw primer color. It's worth remembering too that any of these commission pieces are not done for display quality. They're meant to be viewed at arm's length. Nightbot reminding folks chatters can spend their biscuit coins over at the CFM loyalty store. Link in the link in the chat. There's also a link in the description. But if you want to do stuff like redeeming Onilab, that's the place to do it. Okay, I think our catapult is looking just about ready to set down. A little bit more black here and there. Oh shit. I just put my fingers all over that. Did we have any on the back? We do have a few spots. Got little grab handles. And then she's ready. Move on to the next. We got 5 more of these that need a little bit of ink washing. Nothing on the back of the rifleman. So this one will be nice and simple. Well, the work tonight has taken much longer than expected. I guess it's the nature of the beast when working on 12 models at the same time. But whatever we get finished tonight, we will be wrapping up this project on Friday. Same time, same place, 6 p.m. PST. We'll do one more episode of working on these guys. We'll probably be focused on basing. You know, final touches and getting them ready to ship out to the client. No editing streams as of lately. Just I have too many models to paint to admittedly to even think about editing on the next video. I have done a little bit here and there, as those of y'all who hang out in the Discord voice chat know. But there has been an unusually high workload of painting lately here on the channel. Here at the Bullshit Corner 2.0. Alright, Hatchet Man, ink washed. Next. Who's next? Next is this little spider boy. Spider boy. Not to be confused with Spider-Man. He's just a boy. Okay. And just had a few little spots, right? Just the fist covers and the lasers. Next, our Shadowhawk needs a black wash on the missiles. Put way too much there. Same here, a little bit too much. There we go. Wash this lad. We're okay with pooling on the lasers and the guns. They're gonna get, if they have a laser emitter, they're gonna get repainted anyways. And then cannons we want super black. Alright, and he's got vents. He's got a penis vent and sorry to say nipple vents, but they're not really high enough to be nipples. Alright. Stuff on the back. There is some on the back. Ow, hit those. Just bring those out. Same here. Alright, last lad. We have the PPCs. Some vents. That is way too much. Lift that out. There too. Right here. And then these little antenna bits. And I think... Nope. 2 vents. I was going to say I think that's it on this guy. He's got some back vents. Alright, everybody is ink washed. We got half an hour. What could we get to do? You can be a guest player, could be fun. Ooh, yeah. Currently working on a special non-D&D TTRPG one-shot for Halloween called The Thriller. Players play as junior high kids in 83 who discovered that the carnies that run their local fair have a private carnival in the woods. Oh, I love it. I love it. Gam Gams. You talking about Gam Gams? No, Gam Gams as in grandma. I'm back working late tonight, haha. Why are you working so late? Man's a workaholic. Also a fan of throwing poop at people. In the TTRPG, mind you, in the TTRPG, not IRL. No. Yeah, it's because you're a workaholic. All right, what were we gonna do? I want to steal your idea, Nathan, and do the really like dark brown joints. So let's see what we have up in the paint collection up here. I could go with flat earth, maybe. I'm already kind of leaning toward it. I got German camo pale brown and German camo medium brown. And that lid was not all the way on. Uh-oh. Flat brown, flat earth, whole red. Beige brown. Kind of like that beige brown so far. Let's run them through Oni Lab and get them shook up. All right, come on, my wobbly pink mound. Oh yeah. Swinging like a set of gam-gams in a South Carolina hurricane. No, it's not. Gam-gams probably has some old floppy hangers, but they're not gam-gams themselves. Gam-gams is grandma. You go to Gam-gam's house for cookies. Oh no. Oni Lab, higgle, biggle, bob. Look at that wobble. It does such funny things with the frame rate. I got a really good shot of it in the next video. Have a great paint job. Yes, thank you stopping by. Go for it painting. We do weird stuff here. Oh, it's set in West Virginia. Ah, yes, a pleasant jiggle. Pleasant indeed. Thank you, Oni Lab. All right, let's take a peek here. Oh my fucking, oh jeez. Oh jeez. I made a mess. Oh my god. Like dominoes over here. I gotta do one of these. Is it just two? Oh, you beat me to it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. I was picking up my swatches here, and they were underneath the acetone, and the acetone...
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gee. It created a domino effect and knocked my acetone and my alcohol and my primer and my accelerator all over and into my trash can here. I just need one of these. We're going to put some brown out on this brown swatch. Okay, so looks like German camo medium brown might already be the one, which maybe is clogged. Oh, jeez. Exactly. Oh yeah, really looking forward to catching more of y'all's stuff, Mr. Phantom Harlock. I cannot believe the randomness of the YouTube algorithm pointing me your way. I just happened to see you going live for your for the Mono y Mono episode of Up and Away with Argyle. Yeah, I like what I saw, man. I really looking forward to more. Again, to the Country Fried Minis folks. Big recommend what's going over on Dicks in the Dark. If you like some D&D stuff, some live play episodes, perfect thing to put on and listen to while you're working on your hobby projects. Yeah, kind of get a glimpse of the personalities of the folks over there. Oh yeah, big agree. Hoping you guys find some more success and traction. I see the passion. I see the dicks, and these fellers here have gotten me demonetized from drawing dicks all over my TTRPG stream. Know all about the dicks in the dark. Remember, do not watch the Country Fried mini streams with your penis in hand. It's against the rules. Okay, so this is our medium brown. This is our pale brown. It's our pale brown. Okay, let's take a peek. What's darker here? I think the flat earth's a little darker. Flat earth. And let's pull that swatch out. Okay, and then into our beige brown. I kind of like the beige brown. I'm really leaning towards the medium brown, but that beige brown I think might be the one because it's close enough to the green. Here, let's run a sample of buff. We have the same rule. Both hands above the table. Dicks in the dark are brothers and dicks, yes. What are your thoughts on traditional Japanese tattoo techniques? I love a good traditional Japanese. A lot of traditional American tattoo is founded in like the styling of it. But are you talking about doing like tabori, where you've got the pap 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 thing? Honestly, I think you're gonna get a higher quality piece with modern machines. Like the technical application of it is gonna look better. But if you're in it for the experience and the traditionalness of it, go for the tabori. Because you can get if you're getting modern machines, a stacked magnum needle, so it's kind of set up like that, is doing the same thing as a tabori needle, except with consistency. That's the big thing, is machines are going to reach consistency that a human being is not going to be able to do. Alright, so we're going to put a big stripe of our refractive green, and we're going to do our buff here as well. I guess to properly answer your question, Tyler, is like, how much do you care about the quality of your tattoo? Like the technical aspect of it, like the color packing and the amount of scarring you're potentially going to get is going to be less with a machine. Alright, so I think these middle two are just completely out, but let's run a stripe of the medium brown through these right here, and then we'll run a stripe of our beige brown. Yeah, that beige brown just, I'm liking it. It's very desaturated and it goes well with the green. That's all I needed to know. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna mix down a nice thin, like, contrast color wash of our beige brown, and we're going to pack that into the joints, and I think we can get that done in 23 minutes. That sounds about right, and that way we stay on the 3-hour rule here. Let's go with express color. Oh,
So thick.
Nathan donated a $2 super chat. We will forever remember that jar. Cactus, cactus, tulip, turtle, peacock, unicorn, orangutan, 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 eggplant, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog.
cactus, cactus, tulip, turtle. I missed the one. Something horse, something unicorn, orangutan, 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 eggplant, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. Thank you for the generous donation, my guy. And no, we will not remember that jar. I regret that I even know about that jar. I will do everything I can to forget about the jar. Though it would be kind of funny to take a painted model and put it in a jar. Fandom says, gonna go spend a bit of time with the lady. You guys have a great night. I'll definitely catch you again. I'll be looking out for your streams. Yes, take it easy, Mr. Phantom Harlock. Unfortunately, the Wednesday show does conflict with y'all's stream time, but every other week, Tuesday, TTRPG, if you want to see some of those shenanigans. Peacock, that's what it was, yes. Do you think modern machines hide subpar skills? I was researching some really talented Tabori tattoo artists, and their skill and technique was really impressive. No, I don't think modern machines hide subpar skills. Not at all. I think it even amplifies it. But I do think, like, you can be a really high skill tattooer without having like perfect application. I think Tabori, like a high level Tabori artist is not going to get the same consistency as a machine, unfortunately. A tool is always a tool. No tool does the work. A tool is just a tool. Well, a machine is getting the exact same pressure and the exact same depth with every stroke is the difference. You're going to get consistency. I mean, Tabori's cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, I think your tattoo is going to look technically better, technically more sound, if it's done with a machine, with a skilled artist with a machine. I checked out the VOD of the last one. I check it out like that. Oh, nice. I'll give you consistent depth with every stroke. No, you're a human being. You're going to have human error. You can get it really close. And that's the whole point here. Getting good with the machine is easier than getting good with Tabori, but the artist is the biggest difference. A master on either tool will give high quality. A machine should be higher fidelity. Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's also a matter of like how much time you want to spend. Like, a Tabori tattoo is going to take longer. I'm assuming you're asking because you're wanting to get a Japanese traditional piece and you're looking at getting a tattoo. And if that's the case, what I want to say is just find an artist you like, and that's what you should go by more than anything. That's the most important element. There's a letter in the Sailor Jerry book, which is compiled with letters he wrote to Ed Hardy, talking about Collins was talking to Hardy about how, like, charge what you want to charge. If people like your art, they'll seek you out. You had a ruler tattooed on your penis, but it's imperial only. Only in meters. So you could just claim to have the a meter tattooed on your penis, and then just like the mark isn't on it, it's just like somewhere across the room. Nightbot reminding folks that I do commission painting. To check out the gigs on offer over at Fiverr, especially if you're catching this via through the algorithm after the fact. Check out my page over at fiverr.com/ThurstonStudios if you want to get your own set of mechs or single model, whatever you want to get done, painted up here live on stream. This set itself is a commission piece. I put way too much of this paint out, and it's just overwhelming this. It's just overwhelming this material. In fact, let's just pick it all up. Pick it all up and start over. This Vallejo pigment's really strong. I just wasted a whole bunch of express color medium. Alright, so what we want is a bunch of this. and then we'll put a drop of the beige in it. Going to Japan in November, really want a 3/4 traditional sleeve. I found some amazing Tabori artists, but also want a modern artist to get work. I think you should maybe not try to get a whole 3/4 sleeve in a trip to Japan. I think that way lies madness. I think if you're going to do that, I mean, it depends on how long you're going to be. If you're going to be there for like months and months and months, that's one thing. Do you have tattoos already? 3-4 weeks. That's enough time for a single tattoo session. Okay, so tattoos hurt. Don't let anyone tell you they fucking don't. They hurt a lot. They hurt a whole fucking lot. I mean, it depends on where you get it, yes, but like, I'm not the best pain tolerance, and my tap out point is about 4 hours. That's about all I can do. I got my tummy done in 4 hours. I almost showed it to the camera, but that's for the OnlyFans. I think on something that large, you could not saying you can't do it. I don't know your pain tolerances. I am saying that you could go into it gung-ho, and under like 4 or 5 hours of duress, your body just gives out, and there's only so much you can take. When he hits the elbow ditch, tickled, seriously tickled to the point I had trouble sitting still. I mean, again, it depends on where you got it. My tummy hurt really bad, really fucking bad. My knee ditch made me want to leave my body. My armpit wasn't as bad as you think it'd be. Is exactly how I'd describe it. Not as bad as you'd think. Depends on the spot. Alright, I immediately see this color's not dark enough. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Damn it, man. Usually my body starts rejecting the ink before I tap. Yeah, exactly. I've seen that happen too. I've seen that happen. I've encountered it. There's a peculiar sensation too when that happens on your client. You can feel their skin have this response, and it kind of goes like, limp isn't the right word, but it's kind of like the skin elasticity kind of like limps out, and you can feel it under your stretch hand. Mine were shoulder blades. I thought the shoulder blade, it hurt more than I was expecting it to. But I also got my shoulder blade done by a really inexperienced guy, and I kind of regret it. My forearm had 0 fields. It was really unnerving. Forearm wasn't too bad. No. Forearm wasn't bad at all. That one was alright. I'm too much of a chicken to get a tattoo. You know, it's really funny. When I was first learning how to tattoo, I was very gung-ho about like convincing people, yeah, you want a tattoo, get it. And now, like, towards the end of my actual, tattooing career, I try to talk people out of it. And then, like, if they were really sold on it, they'd get the piece. Tattoo regret's very real, and I have a lot of shitty tattoos that I absolutely regret and need to get covered up. Shoulder blade bled too much, it was difficult. Were you drinking at the time? I hope not. Alright, yeah, it was the medium brown was the way. Alright, so we're going to try to blast through these in 12 minutes. I don't think we're going to get it done in 12 minutes, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I'll go over time and just get this section done. I want these joints to be the darker brown tone, as recommended by Nathan. Once again, stealing an idea from you. Or I guess in this case, it's just a suggestion that I'm rolling with. I spent honest years planning and thinking each one. No, I wasn't drinking. I'm a bleeder. It can be really frustrating. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, no matter how you slice it, it's an open wound. You're inflicting a wound. It's basically controlled surgery. I guess if I had any recommendation for someone getting a tattoo, I'd tell you the same thing I'd say in the shops. Bigger's better. Bigger is the way. More detail, more of the pain experience. I think it's really important to experience the pain. There are numbing agents out there, like Hush, which is like the highest legal concentration of over-the-counter lidocaine in an extended release formula. So like you can put that kind of stuff on, but I think it's really important to like experience the pain. It's a unique sensation. It's like getting it varies from like Nate said, kind of like a tickling sensation to like getting a really bad sunburn, like instantaneously, to even like a white hot razor cutting across your skin. Bottom of the foot, start hill, it's all downhill after that. Bottom of the foot, that's insanity. Plus, it's not going to heal right. You're going to have to get it touched up. That's so crazy. I did kind of want to get a bottom of the foot tattoo though. I have this drawing that's like it's a rat that's been squished, like it's been stepped on. My artist called Numbing Agents Pixie Piss. We had to use it on my chest because I was involuntarily jerking. Yeah, I get that. I was squirming a little bit from my belly, and my mentor, he took his machine and he slammed it on the fucking desk, and he looked me in the face and he said, "Are you gonna fucking sit still?" I said, "Geez, yeah." I went death feeding kittens from Discworld, but he's got a crook instead of the old mowing machine. Interesting. Yeah, that sounds fun. My next tattoo, if I can find an artist to do it and can get the funding together for it, I want a split down the middle drawing of two characters with their arms up doing the salute the sun thing, only it's half Solaire from Dark Souls and half Wii Fit Trainer. And then you go to like look up material to do a drawing of it, and it's all Rule 34 Wii Fit Trainer stuff. There's a lot of there's a lot of Rule 34 stuff for Wii Fit Trainer. There's a lot of yeah, let's just leave it at that. It's hard to find good art of female characters out there that isn't just fucking lewd. I started looking it up to try and put together a drawing, and I was embarrassed for the internet. If you stopped holding your penis, you wouldn't jerk so often. Yes. I like saying Rule 43 nowadays, just over the edge of 42. I don't... What? I don't understand. No idea what you're talking about. Bun it. I almost feel like this color isn't dark enough still for the joints. It's alright, we're going to pack it in there though. Get a little bit of that darkened effect. Just darken them down some. I may go back off stream and put another layer of wash in there. Now that I'm thinking about it. I could add more paint to it, but then I'm going to lose the properties of the flow, which is why I want to use the speed paint medium. I want it to creep down and then crevices, but also kind of stay put at the same time. If that makes any sense. May just have to do a second layer, perhaps. I mean, you can kind of see. It's a little darker there. A little darker there. $42. Oh, it's the answer. Yes. Okay. It's Hitchhiker's Guide. Yes. They're really noodling in this track. All right. We are flying along slowly, but with every paint stroke, these guys come a little more to life, and that's kind of awesome. I'm continually surprised at how little gets done per episode here. I was fully expecting that we'd get into edge highlighting, edging these lads. We are not going to make it there tonight because I'm not going to stream for 4 hours. Nope, not getting in that habit. Now, I may hang out and paint afterwards if y'all are interested in stopping by the Country Fried Minis Discord. Yeah, we're not quite as far as I thought we'd get. The need to ink wash these again, I think, really affected things. But hey, this is a good example to y'all about the woes of batch painting 12 models at once. Anyhow, we're only 9 hours in on them at this point. I haven't really done much work off stream. Yeah, about 2 hours of prep work. When is your birthday? My birthday? Soon. Right in the middle of September. Hitchhiker's Guide to Gooning. All right, that's enough. We're not gooning here. You can't watch the streams with your penis in your hand. It's a violation of the terms of service. I mean, I guess you can. If nobody catches you, you definitely shouldn't do it and admit to it. I'll say that much. Anyhow, not with that attitude. I've still got 7 more models to blast with this mixture. I'm just gonna continue doing them off stream and end this thing at the regular time. In any case, it's been a lot of fun tonight. Ranting about, what did we do? We ranted about motorcycles. We fought with the we talked D&D and tattoos, and got a little bit of painting done. As always, I want y'all out there to remember to be happy when you're painting, and to know that your participation in these streams and videos and events makes me very happy when I'm painting. If you wouldn't mind, do the YouTube thing and like and sub if you ain't already, especially if you're catching this via the algorithm. And if you did find this by the algorithm, let me know in the comments down below. I read every comment. Finally, if you'd like to show support for the channel, for as little as $1 a month, you can have access to channel membership, which will give you a fun little badge next to your name, biscuit-based emojis in the chats and comments, as well as priority consideration in requesting to participate in the Tabletop Tuesday RPG community streams. With all that said, I've been Cameron on behalf of Country Fried Minis right here in the Bullshit Corner 2.0. This is a client's commission, and you too can get yours over at fiverr.com/ThurstonStudios. And with that said, it is 9 p.m. or a minute till, and I'm going to shut this thing on down. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Lots of love. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.